Sziasztok, kedves Falco szurkolók! Folytatódik a Pályán kívül című sorozatunk, és ahogy megszokhattátok, a kulcsot hazafi láncúzlezető igazgató úrtól kapjuk meg a Volvo Alpok autóban. Ma egy XC60-assal fogunk furikázni Borisszal, úgyhogy már csak a kulcs hiányzik. So Boris, thank you for the time, and the first question always be I ask for the guys this, how and when did you start playing basketball? So tell about, please.
First of all, thanks for inviting me. I started playing basketball when I was 4th grade in school. I mean, I played even earlier, but just on the street. My brother is 6 years older and he was playing in my hometown team, and I just follow his footsteps. So it was like a normal thing for me to do.
Was it a good choice, an easy choice for you as a kid to play basketball, or do you have other sports? Do you like it? So was it easy?
Like all of the kids, I played football when I was younger, but I mean I was taller than all my friends, and basketball was like next step for me to try to play, especially because more or less because of my brother and because he played before me.
Yeah, and at the age of 70 you start your professional career in your hometown team. Was it different? Was it hard for you to play against big men like?
Yeah, I was on loan in one city next to mine. First, when I was 17, I was, I think, fourth grade of high school.
Yeah.
And a couple of us were going over there every day from school then to practice. It wasn't that easy, but it's not that far. It's like 20 minutes by car. Yeah, it was a big step because you play against grown men. Yeah. It's not any more youth league, and it helped us a lot.
And you have you have a lot of success as an underage player because you play in underage national team. Please tell about us. It was of course a big part of your career.
Yeah, I was spending every summer since I was 14 with national team, so I play all of this FIBA under 16, under 18, under 19, and with good success back then. And I think it was like really important for a young player to play all those competitions, because all of the clubs usually go and look for the players on those youth competitions.
Is it hard, because you said your all summer you spend it in national team? Is it hard as a player, as a man, as a kid, because you don't have summer, you didn't have summer? So please tell about, because a lot of people maybe didn't know this.
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice, especially when you are younger, when all your friends, they're going out, they're going for vacation, and you have to go to some training camp. Especially before, now it's everything's a little bit shorter, like a couple of weeks, but before we were like 2 months before every tournament together. And it's a big sacrifice because something can happen 1 week before the championship and you can sprain your ankle, something small, and then you lose basically all those 2 months. But it's important for every player to go there, because
big sacrifice, but big success also.
Yeah, big success, because you met a lot of friends that are still my friends and probably will be until the rest of the life. So we spoke about your career starting at Bosnia at age of 17. Was it hard for you as a young guy play with a different city, with a different type of players, or? It wasn't that hard because I lived at home. I continued to live at home because that city was only like 20 minutes away. And at the half of the season, I came back to my hometown team again.
Yeah, but at the age of 22, maybe you go to Croatia, and could we said this was the first team Zadar you play as a foreigner?
No, I played in Cibona.
Yeah, Cibona first, and after was Zadar. Yeah.
Yeah, I moved to Cibona, but that's just moving to Zagreb. It wasn't like a big difference, because I don't know, in Croatia everybody's connected to Zagreb, so we are really often over there, so it wasn't that big of a change. But after half a season, I moved to Zadar.
Moved to Zadar, and why? Why to do move it?
I moved to Cibona. Cibona won the season before that. They won the ABA League.
Yeah.
So I moved there, but because of I wanted to play more, I moved to Zadar at the half of the.
And this in this time you had a very serious injury. You had a knee injury, which is maybe the biggest one, maybe the scariest one as a professional basketball player. Was it hard for you? Was it sad for you in this?
Yeah, that was a big thing, because when I was 21, that was even before the Cibona. And I was playing in Cherokee, and I started season really good. I was, I think, top 5 in MVP or scoring. And after I don't know how many rounds, I think 8 or 9 rounds of the league, I get season-ending injury. So I was recovering more or less. Especially before that, that's a small team in that league, in ABA League, which I played for, and usually they made budget because on selling players and buyouts, and everybody was expecting I'll be the next one that club take buyout, but after that injury everything a little bit changed perspective.
And was it hard for comeback from this injury, because you said it was a season-ending injury, but you must make your rehabilitation, and you make this. Was it hard for you?
Yeah, of course, it's hard, especially when you are young. You can't play I didn't play for eight months. I was going slowly because I wanted to make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
And thank God I never had any problems after. Yeah, so that was like 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah, and after Croatia, you played in Czech Republic for Edinburgh, you played in Porto, you played in Spain. First of all, which city is better as a man, as a human, because it's 3 totally different type of culture.
Yeah, I mean, I think I adapt easy on every culture, but the best is by far, I think, Palma de Mallorca. It's more or less for everybody. It's like touristic place. It's sunny always, but all of the cities were good, more or less. I went to Zagreb. After that, I played in Zadar for 2.5 years. That's also a good city. A lot of Hungarians go there for vacation.
Yeah, this is true.
And after that, I went to Nymburk. That's a small city, but it's next to Prague. It's like 30 minutes away. So everything is connected to Prague. So all the people work there, and it was good. And after that, I went to Porto. Porto is also amazing city. So, but Mallorca is for me by far the first choice.
And you said you had you could very easy adapt the new culture. Was it different? Maybe Czech Republic has a different culture as Croatia, because the Spain, the Portuguese is like maybe Croatia, but in Czech Republic it's totally different. I think maybe.
It's much colder in Czech Republic. It was snow like for 2-3 months. But I care the most about basketball, more or less, not the surroundings. So Czech Republic was the special because we had in team, I think, 5 Americans, 7 Czech guys, which are most national team players, and it was me. So it was adaptation on the boat.
Yeah, this is hard as a foreign players, because a lot of players said this is very hard for you guys. You play as a foreigner. You must learn cultures. You must learn the culture of the team, culture of the city. And sometimes all of the fans want to you will be the biggest star because you are the foreigner. As a basketball player, do you feel this? felt this with this team and feeling Szombathely?
Yeah, but here is not that big. I didn't feel it a lot, but of course, everywhere our foreigners are the guys that there is the most pressure on.
Yeah.
So, but every team is different. It's hard to compare because all the coaches are different. Here I have, for example, Serbian coach. In Nymburk I had Israeli coach, so it was completely different type of basketball. And here is a little bit more easier to adapt. Porto was a Spanish coach. In Spain was also a Spanish coach. So it's Nymburk I think was the biggest difference.
As a basketball player, which team was the better for you? Because I know Aaron Nymburk played in BCL.
Yeah, Porto also.
Porto also, and Spain is Spain league. So which was the best?
The best, you think, like team and teammates and all together. For me, it's always my hometown team the best. Because all my friends, I play with there with all my friends that I grew up, that I'm still friends. So I would choose Cherokee over any team. But I think I had good teammates in every club. Yeah. Like here, we are all hanging out together. we drink coffees and so on.
Yeah, I spoke with Abel from the first episode, maybe the second episode in this Pályán kívül, and he told me maybe you are the funniest guy in the locker room, not as a clown, but you had always some cheating, some joke with good humors. Are you agree with that, or do you have other person for the locker room who is the funniest one?
But I don't know, it's hard to compare everybody. I think we are all similar. Everybody is funnier in their own way. We are just have maybe a little bit more. We have a little bit different humor. All these Croatian Serbians, because we are a little bit more sarcastic on some way. Americans have different kind of humor. So I think Hungarians are a little bit closer to us than.
And do you think this is important to be funny in the locker room, to get some jokes, get some chemistry in the locker room? Do you think this is important part of the basketball?
Yeah, people don't know that, but that's like a big part. Because always we play I don't know every 3 days for a whole year, so there's a lot of pressure all the time and. Of course, coach will put pressure on every game, and the club will put probably on coach. I don't know that, but chemistry is really important because it's such a long year. When you're every day with somebody, of course, some misunderstandings will happen. But if chemistry is good, it all comes back really easy.
Yeah, really easy. And did you think in 2020? On December 30, I got the SMS, hey, we got the new player, Boris Barac. Did you thought this agreement has a big part of your career, because you had this is your second season in Falco? Did you think it will be good for you at 2020?
Yeah, but I didn't come with some expectation how long will I be. Now I'm here more than 1 year.
Yeah.
It became like my second home because I don't know, last 11 months I'm spending here. Only in summer I go back home.
Could we speak about the agreement? How was it? Who called whom? And was it for you an easy choice for go to Falco, or do you have any kind of expectation from other teams?
Yeah, I was in talk with some other teams, but Falco was playing Champions League back then, and of course, and they were the best team in Hungary, more or less. And I came a little bit before New Year's, 2020. Yeah, 2020. Before New Year. It was difficult because it was during this COVID time. I was in my hotel room for 7-8 days, and it was like police hour in Hungary. But I expect it's gonna be a good team because we have like almost all the best national team players here. Some foreigners. I knew Strahinja Milošević, who was here before me because he played in the Red Star.
Yeah.
And Partizan, Budućnost, I think also. and I didn't know a lot about the city or about the club, but I just saw that they're the best club right now. I knew I played against Alba before and against Solno a couple of times because they were in ABA League.
Yeah.
But I didn't know a lot of about Szombathely, about Falco.
And now, what about Szombathely? Do you like it, this small city? Because like Zadar, like Porto, it's much smaller city.
Yeah, but no, Zadar is similar. Zagreb is way bigger. But I adapt. I'm also from a small city, even smaller than this one. I don't know how much Szombathely, 80, 90,000, 100,000. But that's, for me, that's the perfect size. I wouldn't like to be, because of traffic and everything, you travel every day to practice. It's easier to be in some smaller city than in the big one.
We know you as a basketball player, as a hard-working player, you do everything, whatever you must to do at the court. But I want to know, and maybe the fans also want to know about, as a human, how is your normal practice day? What are you doing in your free time? Please talk about it.
We usually have practices at 10 and 6, like twice a day. It depends on the schedule, of course, of the games. But in the morning, I wake up like 8:30. I have a breakfast. I don't know. I'm on my phone a little bit before practice. Then we go. We have like 2 hours morning, 2 hours evening, and in between, like every other, we go to coffee. We go to lunch together, because most of us eat in same restaurant. And at night, I usually watch Netflix or some show.
Yeah, this was a next question, Netflix or HBO, but this is the answer, maybe Netflix. And why? Do you have favorite shows, or you are a show guy, or do you like the movies?
I like movies more, but I don't know. I just used to use Netflix, not HBO.
Yeah, and which was your favorite Netflix series, or what are you watching now?
I like to watch a lot of these sport documentaries on Netflix. I watched a few days ago this Neymar documentary.
Yeah, I know it.
And I also like some shows like Peaky Blinders. I like a lot.
I started it, but I think it's not for me. But a lot of people told me this is one of the biggest. So you told about breakfast. Do you a salty guy or a sweet guy? So what are you eating for breakfast? Or
I don't eat sweet. I like sweet more in general, but for breakfast I don't eat. I eat oatmeal the most with some fruit, and that's it. Sometimes I eat before practice like dark chocolate.
Yeah, this is important, because we spoke in My Protein blog, when you write you eat always the same at game day, as this is important for you. Do you eat healthy every time of the season, or just in practice day or game day?
On a game day, I eat more or less always the same. I think all players eat more or less chicken and rice before every game. But in general, I don't have any specific diet. I eat how I feel that day.
Yeah, this is important, because maybe a lot of people don't know how could eat and how eat a professional player. A lot of people think we just McDonald's, or we just chicken and rice, and this is, I think, very important to eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of...
It's important to eat healthy, because sport you can't play. You can't have a long career if you eat unhealthy. You can last like season or two, but if you want to spread career for 10 years or more, it's important to have proper meals every day.
Yeah. And what do you think about our team as a team, not as basketball players, as a man? We have a good chemistry? Do you talk about this very important? What do you think? We had a good chemistry right now?
I think we have great chemistry, and that's one of our biggest advantages. And also Americans adapt well on Hungarian culture, and Hungarian guys know each other, I think, for all life, because they play national team together. So it was important, especially in some Champions League games. You can see when are difficult situations, you can see team chemistry. Is it good or it's bad?
Yeah, this is true. And one of the we had also the biggest advantage with BCL. We had a lot of traveling. Sometimes it's not a mistake. It is hard to travel a lot, but it's a good opportunity to build this chemistry. But what are you doing at this BCL tours? Maybe we can talk like this.
I'm not like the guy that watch, I don't know, shows in planes or in the bus, or listen some special music. More or less, I talk with Aki or with Benny or some other guys. We spend it in conversation more or less. But in the bus, I usually sleep more or less.
Yeah, this
most
is
of the time.
Yes.
That's the
and bus is the bassist. Yeah, I always mishear the verse. So. What is the topic between Aki, between Benny with you? What about talking?
Well, it depends. It depends which day. I don't know. It's not always basketball. Yeah. I think if you talk a lot of basketball, we would go crazy because you have it in morning practice, evening practice. When we watch games together, video analyze, and if we talk basketball, we would go, I think, crazy.
Yeah, and I know you like football. Maybe you are the biggest fan of the. And tell you maybe Zoli is the biggest fan in the team. So when started this kind of interest in about football?
Yeah, well, when I was kid, like all the other guys, I think in my hometown, the football is always the first choice. Probably here is also yeah. But if you grow up a little bit taller, then you go, I don't know, to basketball or handball. I like when I was younger, I like Inter a lot. I don't know why, but of course I'm not that big like Zozo Perl, who watch every game from pre-season till the end of the season. But that was always my favorite club.
And you told me maybe when you arrived at Szombathely, you were the Champions League final, maybe.
Yeah. Before I went to, when it was on San Siro, I went to Champions League final in football, and also when Croatia was in the final of the World Cup, I was also. So that I like a lot because I went to two biggest games possible in football.
And Croatia has a very good fans also. So the atmosphere. I think this maybe was the best.
Yeah, that's the big experience when you go, because probably I don't know if ever gonna happen again that some small country like that goes to the World Cup final.
This is different maybe between 5,000 fans cheering you against maybe 70.
Yeah.
This is because I don't realize this is how different this is. Is it?
On the basketball games, or you compare basketball and football games?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I never played on the stadium on football, but of course it's a lot more. Football has a lot more fans than basketball. But I don't know. When you play basketball, for me, it's more or less the same. You can't compare if it's, I don't know, 3,005 or 7 or.
Because I watch videos from these 70,000 fans in Liverpool, and I don't realize this is how louder than in, for example, Arena Savaria, which is the biggest and the loudest fans.
I think it depends also on the fans, on the country. Some countries they can have 60, 70,000, but you can't hear them that
because they like cheering like
that. Like we call it theater public.
Yes, like in Manchester.
But all this, I think Croatia, all this, we are or Mediterranean, I think countries a lot. We are a little bit more passionate, so even with smaller number of fans, you can make great atmosphere.
Yeah. Okay, and so that was the latest question. So thank you, Boris, for the time. We arrived, and have a nice day.
See you.
Ciao.
See you soon.
See you in the...
Ciao.
Ciao. Gyere, Peti, kezdődik a meccs.
Egy pillanat, csak befizetem az elszámlámat, mert én már váltottam a vasivíznél. Válts te is!